Hi, welcome to Get Ready with me, Louise. I'm so excited. So the other day we did a video on the new Urban Decay, the original palette, which had me bringing out all my other palettes, and I got to thinking, and because that's what nostalgia does, and I'll be honest, none of these palettes hold a candle to today's formula. They don't. But that's not to say they're not pretty, and it's not to say that I don't give them credit where credit is due. They kind of began it all, you know? They were at the forefront of palettes and color stories, designs. Somewhere along the line they went wrong, but I mean, well, they didn't go wrong, they didn't evolve. Their formulas didn't evolve, that they didn't. And they went with one word, which a lot of brands do, and that was that, you know? So today, though, I thought I'd pull out my Naked Cherry palette because I have also the Naked Cherry, if y'all remember the collection, Urban Decay Naked Cherry blush palette and highlight, which I am wearing today. And then they had lipsticks that came out, and I'm wearing Devilish today. It's a metallic color, so you can kind of tell when these were released, okay, like what year, because of, you know, this. But I will say I did at the time really enjoy this palette, and I did at the time really enjoy this lipstick because there's not much left. So there is that. And I'll be honest, I really did like these palettes when they came out. The cherry, the honey, I mean, there was something about them. But at the price point now versus other brands, I don't know if they're going to make it if they don't do something. I really don't. And sometimes I think they miss their opportunity because, like, you could have made this smell like cherries, and yet there's nothing. However, I do get that a lot of people don't like that. I took the brush out, but I keep all my brushes. It's right here. It'll go back in there. But this color story is nothing revolutionary, like I said. None of them are. But there is something beginner friendly with it. And to be fair, I didn't get into this brand, like I said, when I just recently got back into makeup. And even then, I didn't start with this brand. I know. Most people start with MAC. No. I started with Clinique. Why? I don't know. I guess because it was right there in front of my Ulta, so that's what I went to, you know? And then I slowly went to Urban Decay because it was the next. And then it was Tarte and Too Faced. And, you know what I mean? Like, I slowly progressed. But they do have a place in my heart. You know, it is a nice palette. If you have this palette, maybe bring it back out. Mine performed very well. I had no issues, and we'll get into it in a second. Let's go what's on the face. So for foundation today, I'm wearing my Makeup Forever Reboot. I am wearing my Dior Forever Skin Concealer. I gotta get a video up on that. I set with the Glam Light Setting Powder all over the face. I use the, which one is this? Cupcake or Translucent? It has a cupcake on it. Yeah, Translucent. I will say I like the fact it comes with two little different sponges too. Now my strawberry one didn't though. It only came with one sponge. Don't know why. Alright, then the bronzer, I'm wearing Armani. Y'all, I love this bronzer. Number one bronzer right there, I'm telling you. For the blush and the highlighter, of course, it comes out of the Naked Cherry palette. And I actually used the blush course, and this is the highlighter that I used on my cheekbones, and then I sort of mixed this and this through just a little bit, just to really brighten up like my Cupid bow, my nose a little bit. I just sort of dabbed it, you know, on with my finger. And then we're to the eyeshadow palette, so let's get started there. I don't know, there's just something about bringing out this palette I'm like, when I first started, you know? So I set my lid with the hotspot. I'm using Urban Decay Anti-Aging, the Potion Primer again. I thought I might as well use that up. But anyway, so I set with that. Now we're going to go into Feels, which is this one right here. So do you all have these palettes? Did you get them when they launched, or were you already into makeup, so you were kind of like already over Urban Decay by this point? I can't recall when they became like it was just getting old. You know what I mean? I know the 1, 2, and 3, that was very, very popular. Everybody seemed to really like that. I'm not sure when the Smoky came in to play on, and if I never heard about it. Never even heard about it. And then the next thing I remember, I think it was the Cherry and then Honey. Now, I know the Honey took off really well. I don't know if Cherry was before Honey or not, to be fair. I'm not really for sure on how that went. But I was around for those, and I got them. The palette that got me into Urban Decay, technically, was a mini palette. It was the Aphrodisiac palette. It was a little mini, and I loved that palette so much. I loved that whole collection, to be fair. But again, remember, I'm just getting into makeup, so I have not experienced... I've experienced Clinique, that's it. Now, there's nothing wrong with Clinique. It's another brand that it's like, it's okay. It's going to get your makeup done, But in today's market, it's like, if you're going to spend this kind of money on makeup, depending on what you're using it for, if you're using it, for artsy stuff, then you kind of like need really good makeup. If you're doing it just to have fun, then, okay, maybe not. Maybe it doesn't have to be the best, because you're just having fun with it. But at the same time, nobody wants to, just blow money. I don't know. It's just, there's so much of it out there anymore that I'm just like, I really don't even know what to say about it, to be fair. Part of me is like, I like Urban Decay. I do. I like Clinique. But it's like, at what point though, like, would you recommend it to somebody? Like, you might like it, but would you? After everything else you tested? No, I wouldn't. And it's so sad because if there's nothing to it that's like adorable or cutesy about it, I would... I don't know. No. Yeah. No. It's hard. No. I go back and forth with it because, like, I want to like, I like it. But I want to be able to say, yes, go get this. You know what I mean? And I can't. I just can't. We're going to go into the shade Bing. And it's only because I know other quality. If I didn't know any better, I would say, yes, this is the best. Go get it. Because it is easy to create beautiful looks. It's easy to store, travel with. It's beginner friendly. The formula, it lasts all day. Like, there's so many things, right? But the price point, I don't think it justifies the means, to be honest. Yeah. That's kind of where I'm at. Let me know where you're at with them. Like, I am so curious on it because I really want to like it. I really, really do. We're going to take that same shade Bing, and we're going to run it under the lower lash line. And like I said, if you do get it, you're going to like it. Like, I'm not questioning that. The makeup is good. But if you try this and then say try Natasha, Denona products, well, then you're going to be a little bit possibly disappointed. Because for maybe $10 more, maybe less, you're going to get a better formula. The packaging is going to be easy to start. Like, everything else is going to be the same. We're going to go into the shade Devilish. Oh, that's cute. The name of the lipstick is Devilish. And we're going to put it on the outer portion here to darken this up. I'm using my Natasha Denona brushes. Like, I'm not ever going to say that these looks aren't pretty, because they are. What I will say, though, is that I like this palette because it does kind of go dark and vampy, but not too scary. You know, like melt palettes, for example. They scare me. I know they're going to be pigmented. I know they're going to be deep. I know they're going to be dark. 9 out of 10, they're not an all-in-one palette because there is no lighter shade for me. But, like, I know all this, so I'm prepared for that when I go into it, you know. But some people may not be. So I feel like if you are going to go deep and dark, then Urban Decay could be a beginner, you know, a good beginner stage for you. But at the same time, you know, if you're beginning, I would say go ColourPop, you know. I don't know if this palette is still available or not, to be fair. Because they discontinue so many of the Naked palettes. But at the same time, I give them credit for having a core line that they haven't gotten rid of. We're going to go into Drunk Dial. So, I mean, like, especially, like, well, they 2 and 3 palette, Naked 2 and 3, like, if you still have that and you love it, you can still get it. Like, a lot of, you know, if you love it, once you use it, you might not be able to get it, you know. We're going to go into Drunk Dial right here. And I'm going to place this on the outer corner of the lid to darken that up even more. And again, I do like Urban Decay for the fact that I don't have to be scared. We're going to wipe that off. What's left on the brush. I hope this don't stain my brushes. It shouldn't. Now we're going to go into Young Love. This one right beside it. And I'm going to put it in the inner corner, or inner part of the lid. About 2/3. I didn't get any fallout with this, so that's nice. And if you spray your brush, you might get a little more, but these aren't that metallic or anything like that either. It's a very subtle, everyday, user-friendly kind of palette, but it's beautiful. I mean, I really do enjoy the look. I enjoyed the look with the first Urban Decay. I enjoy the look I created today. We're going to take the shade Privacy, this last shade, and I'm going to line the top lash line and bottom lash line. But that's why I prefer just to show you how the makeup worked instead of giving my opinion a lot of the time, because everybody's looking for something different, number one. Number two, you know, maybe this is just a brand that's very easily to get a hold of, or any whatever brand, you know, it may be. And that's why somebody's picking it up, you know? Like, we all want different things in our routine, in our makeup collection, even, I guess you could call it, on our vanity. Some people want aesthetics and packaging, some want quality. And on different days, I want different feels. I'll be honest. Like, I am not made of money by no means, you know what I mean? But there is something about opening a Gucci palette and sitting there looking at it and doing your makeup. Does it put any more money in your bank account? Absolutely not. Is it making you something that, you're not? No. But it's a feeling. And I started thinking, like, what is the feeling? It's a feeling that you worked hard and that's what you chose to spend your money on. You know? Some people choose to spend their money on vacations, cars, houses, trips, whatever it may be. Others choose a handbag or a pair of tennis shoes. Everybody's different, and like, just because I have a Gucci palette or whatever, or I own all this makeup, like, I ain't got a lot of money, you know what I mean? I just chose to spend what money I did have on certain things. And I think people forget that sometimes, that they just see that and they're like, well, that, you know what I mean? Like, it's not even jealousy. And a lot of times I've had people say that I'm stupid because I have too much, in which case they're not wrong. They're not wrong, but they're not right either. For eyeliner, I went in with Pillow Talk by Charlotte Tilbury. I thought it went really good with the colors that I chose today. Oh, let's do inner corner. For inner corner, we're going to do Turn On. Where's my little brush? I'll probably get a shadow on me. This shade right here. And we're just going to put it in the inner corner. And I think this shade would be so pretty on the lid. By itself also. My light went out. Lovely. There we go. I'm trying to figure this all out, guys. I know this sounds awful because of the AC, and it's like, I don't know what to do about that. And then the lighting, sometimes I'm like, that's not the way I looked. I'm looking really orange or really yellow or really, you know what I mean? And I'm trying to combat that so that you see colors true. But it is hard. It's not easy. Like, I don't know nothing about this stuff. I'm just filming me get ready, you know? Letting you know my thoughts on the products, or letting you see it be applied from just a makeup lover, not a makeup artist point of view. But I want it to be as accurate as I can too for you. We're going to go in with the Armani mascara on the top lashes. I will say I am glad I pulled this palette out. I'm happy with the eye look and the way it turned out. And it's reminded me that makeup, even in the short period of time that I've gotten into makeup and back into it, it has really came a long way. And I'm curious to see where it continues to go and do. was actually going to use the Too Faced Apple palette again, but I just used it twice and I thought, no, I better not. But I'll be honest, I've really have enjoyed using that palette. And I've also, even though I love Tarte to death, I'm loving it more than their 21st or whatever year palette they just launched. 25. Is that right? Hold on. I got it right here. The Reflections palette. 25 years. This one here, I love it. I think it's great and I want to play with it more. But that Tarte, or the Too Faced palette, it's just so cute and it smells so good. So good that that's the palette that I'm like drawn to. And like as soon as I sat down and started doing my makeup, that is the palette I wanted to grab. I'm not gonna lie. But I didn't, so I picked my next one that I was thinking about the other day. The Cherry. And used it. I'm kind of thinking about doing the Honey palette tomorrow because I have all the palettes out. And it was one of my favorites. And see how I still feel about it. There is something about my lower lashes that the mascara is just not working on it anymore. I don't know. Maybe it needs to dry out some. It is a new... Or my lashes just ain't working with me. I don't know what it is. But like this mascara isn't performing the same as my other one did. And I don't get it. I don't understand. But maybe it does need to just dry out. But overall, I think this look turned out really good. I do think that this look tells the like the year that it was created. I do think it does that. But I mean, it does create a very pretty vampy look. Whether you wanted to go dark or light in that look, that's up to you. I do like that part. Where Melt would just be strictly like from here and over and then even darker. Urban Decay did give us lighter shades, so I do like that about it. There's a lot of things I do like about it, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, there's a lot of things on the market. So do take that into consideration. I don't even know if you can get this, but just in general, when looking at makeup or watching the videos that I have and I'm like, oh, it's great, take into consideration though that because sometimes it may not be in your price point, sometimes it's not even something that you're even interested in, but it looks pretty. There's a lot on the market and you can create the same looks relatively with another palette, you know, and it's not like you're carrying this around in your purse for anybody to see. And doesn't even matter if they see it or not. Like, as long as you like it, that's all that really should matter. So take this all into consideration because let me be the fool. Let me be it. You don't have to be it. You be the smart ones. I'll be the fool, you be the smart ones, and then you tell me yes or no. You know? Because I'll buy anything and everything. Like, I'll literally work, get a paycheck just to buy. Because I'm a fool, but you aren't. Buy the best of the categories that you want and that you like. That's all I'm going to say for that. Because I hate for someone to spend money on something and then they're just like, you said it was good. And it is, but it's not worth it. And that is true. That is so true. So don't, you know, and it's kind of the case with FOMO. It kind of made me realize this when the new Naked palette came out because of FOMO. And I thought I missed out. I did. And I was, I'm always in the back of my mind going, I should have got it. I should have got it. I should have got it. But I didn't even like the color story. Like, it wasn't, because at that time I was really into warm tones. So I was like, I didn't even like the color story, and I wanted color too. Like, when I first got into makeup, I went head in, like, give me color, give me bright pink lip. Like, I lost my mind. But that just wasn't appealing to me. Now, yes, it is appealing to me. It is very pretty. But now I also have, like, the Natasha Denona palettes, the ColourPop palettes. I mean, there's just so many. You know, so y'all be smarter than me. I'll be the fool. You guys be smarter. And that is where we're going to end the video, because I'm just rambling. But this is a pretty look. However, Viseart has, I can create this look with the Viseart palette. I can create it with Violet Voss, the Cherry Love You, I think is what it's called. Is that what it's called? I Cherry You So Much. Something like that. But there's a ton of palettes out there you can create the same look with. But let me know your thoughts down below on Urban Decay. Do you think they're going to make it? I'm curious, because I don't know. I think they're going to do real well with this launch of the re-releasing this, but what's next? Let me know your thoughts. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all that way you're notified when I upload. I upload every day, but Sundays, unless there's a new launch. If you have this palette, let me know. And pull it out, use it. And I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.